Let's bring in ABC's News Chief Legal Analyst Dan Abrams, along with Channa Lloyd, Managing Partner of the Cochran firm. Thank you both for joining us this morning. Dan, I want to start with you. And I just want to ask, could this photo, the juror's presence at that rally, could that help Chauvin's defense on appeal?
Well, it certainly could help their argument that there was this pervasive sense out there of what the verdict ought to be, that it was a foregone conclusion and that he couldn't get a fair trial. But specifically on this issue, the legal question is going to be, did he lie? Did he know that his answer was not true when he was asked that question about have you attended any protests on police brutality? Or did he think that this really was a more commemoration of Dr. Martin Luther King? Regardless, this is an uphill battle for the defense. You don't want to be, if you're the defendant, in this position where you're making this kind of appeal with these kinds of arguments. But look, juror misconduct is always a serious issue, and it will be taken seriously by an appellate court.
And Channa, how significant do you think this is?
I think in the overall grand scheme, I don't think it's going to be significant. The only thing that can make it significant is when Judge Cahill, likely, if he brings him in for further questioning, if they find any area where he may have told something false or if he lied directly, then this becomes significant. But just going to a march wearing the T-shirt in and of itself is not significant.
Dan, you say there are other questions in his questionnaire that could actually help the prosecution.
Yeah, when the defense asked him specifically about Black Lives Matter, his answer was that he had a very favorable impression of them. That's important, because if he had said, no, I'm neutral or I have no position on it, and then this T-shirt had appeared, that could seem to show that he lied. But the fact that he said he had a very favorable impression supports his position that he was trying to tell the court the truth.
Channa, Chauvin's attorney, they filed that motion for a new trial yesterday, which was expected. Do you think they have a case?
Looking over that motion, I don't see that they have the strength of the case to overturn this conviction. The bar is a little bit too high, I think, when it comes to the juror misconduct. When we talk about the other factors that he listed, they were going to be present no matter where this jury was seated. So I don't see where they're going to get an overturn in this particular matter or a new trial.
But the defense, they're going to point to other factors: the multi-million-dollar settlement with George Floyd's family, the jury not being sequestered, the shooting of Daunte Wright. So the question that I pose to you both is could this new information push their argument over the top?
Yeah, I don't think so. I agree with Channa that I think that these are very typical arguments made. This is not a typical case, but these are not surprising arguments. And again, to win in a new trial is a big deal. It's a big hurdle to overcome. And thus far, based on the arguments we've seen, I think that they have a seriously uphill battle.
And Channa, what do you think?
I absolutely agree. I agree with Dan. They have a large uphill battle, and no matter where this would have been moved, the publicity would have still been the same. There wasn't a state that wasn't aware of what was happening. So I just think the bar is set so high that I don't see the likelihood of this being a mistrial.
All right, Channa Lloyd, Dan Abrams, thank you both for joining us this morning.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.